So quiet as it's kept, being a jack of all trades isn't more prestigious than being a single field or matter expert. And I say this because I was talking to someone earlier this week, and she was telling me all her plans. And this was over the course of a couple of days. So let's say on Monday, she was telling me about something she wanted to do, but she just needed to implement it. On Tuesday, she was on to something else. And by Wednesday, she was on to something else, but at that point, she was so overwhelmed, she actually started crying. So I had to kind of calm her down and get to a singular focus of what she wanted to do. And it made me think, and I'm going to tie it to an investing concept because you guys always tell me you get it that way when I tie it to a market or something like that, or entrepreneurial, operations. People oftentimes, and this is why I always tell people not to chase money, the pursuit of chasing money alone can veer you off path because you'll chase anything that looks like a quick buck. You'll chase the next trend. You'll chase whatever anyone's doing, whether it's selling dinners, selling digital products, in real estate, doing investing, whatever you think is a thing that's making people money and you're running after it, that's what you'll do. Instead of focusing on a singular focus and making that a goal. The reason I always have clarity in my profession and the entrepreneurial endeavors I do, I never veer off what my main goal is. And for those of you who don't know what it is, my goal is simply this. I want to be remembered as one of the greatest, if not the very best, financial minds of my generation. That is the singular goal. I don't do anything that would take me off that path that would be in contrast to that. Anything outside of financial matters, whether it's personal, financial markets, investing, anything that would take me out of that sphere, I don't entertain because that's not what I'm after. I don't care how much money people are making in this or why it looks flashy or people are bringing me opportunities that it's really out of my field of expertise. I'm not chasing that. And a lot of times people have so many ideas. They have so many goals. They have so many talents and skills. But it's based off you looking at other people and saying, oh, they do that, so why can't I do that and make the same amount of money? You got to know yourself and figure out what is my ultimate goal. I'm not talking about the money that you want to attain because you grew up in poverty and you're constantly in that survival mode. I'm talking about when it's all said and done, what's the end goal? In addition to me being one of the best financial minds of my generation, I want to be a case study. And I'm not just talking about in Harvard or Yale Business School. I want to be a case study in Howard and Morehouse and Spelman. I want them to case study me as one of the best businessmen when it came to financial engineering of my generation. It's very easy for me to focus on that because all I have to focus is on finance. There's no reason, let's say if you're a hairstylist, that all of a sudden now you're selling Forex and you doing ACN and okay, but do you really have the skill set for that? Or are you just chasing things that are outside of your realm of skill, talents, purpose, however you want to lay it out? And quiet as it's kept, I keep saying, being a subject matter expert is more impressive than being a jack of all trades. Why? Because if you're a jack of all trades and people need something done, honestly, they're not going to think of you. They're going to think of someone who is known for one singular thing. For instance, I have a friend, if I needed a flyer or a marketing campaign, she's the first one that pops on my head. Why? Because that's all she does. I have a college friend who went to law school and now has a boutique law firm. Now all she does is small business litigation. She would be the first person I would call as opposed to if she did business, family, civil, criminal. You want someone who their entire specialization is the matter that you're suffering for. Let me make it more plain for you. Say you go to your primary physician and he tells you he has a heart murmur. He doesn't send you to a doctor that does brain surgery, neurology, bones and all that. He sends you to a cardiologist. He sends you to one of the best specialists in their field. So why do you think it's necessary for you to be a jack of all trades to attain success or the financial stability and freedom that you want? This is when I'm talking about people operating out of desperation and that scarcity mentality. You're so afraid that there's not enough money out in these streets for everyone to get a piece that you want to be in 5, 6, 7 things when you're only okay at all 6 of them instead of being exceptional at the one thing that you do. Think about that. You would rather just be okay or mediocre. And if we're being honest, if you're really doing 5 or 6 things, you're probably not okay or mediocre at anything. You're probably doing all 5 of them as minimum and as average, if not below average, as possible. So I want people to really think about, are you doing the things that cater to you, for 1, that you can master, for 2, and is it about purpose, or is it just merely a financial chase that's leading you in circles instead of evolving your progress?